All right, good morning, everybody. Oh, yes, you depressing sound, a bunch of people. Let's try again. Good morning, everybody. There we go. You need to feel it if you're going to do anything, right? All right, so welcome to DuePoint. Welcome to everyone who's tuned in on our live stream. My name is Rob van der Bell. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I am going to be spending about 45 minutes or so with you. I'm going to tell you all about this business, a little bit of background on us, what the purpose is of this business, and more importantly, what the benefit for you is, right? That's why you're here. You want to know, have I wasted my time driving all the way to Bryanston this morning or not? And then after the presentation, you're welcome to come speak to me, ask me anything that you'd like to ask me, come discuss anything that you'd like to discuss with me. So, without any further ado, let's begin. All right, so you can see we're a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We've been around for a very long time, nearly 7 decades. We were founded in 1952, and we've been operating in the financial space, particularly in the insurance space, very successfully for almost 70 years. You might not recognize the brand Constantia or the logo, because Constantia's never dealt with consumers before, right? If you are one of the few people that actually read the terms and conditions on your insurance policy, you might see on the back page that it says underwritten by Constantia, and that's typically the business that Constantia's been involved in for nearly 70 years. But for the first time through this division called DuePoint, we are now approaching members of the public directly, and so you will become a lot more familiar with the name Constantia, with the brand, and with our brand. The FSP number that we operate under is that one that you see over there. We've got a number of financial licenses with the FSP, so you're welcome to take a look at those. They're on display above the water cooler outside. They're on our website. You can go to the FSCA website and go double check us there. We've got a long and short-term insurance license. We've got an investment license. We've got our FSP license, right? We take credibility very seriously here at DuePoint. I want you to understand that the business that you're looking at is a regulated and an audited business in South Africa, right? And so that should be a big check in terms of credibility. We cannot create any collaboration or partnership unless you trust the business we're speaking about. So you're welcome to go do a background check on us, go Google us, go Hello Peter us, right? Whatever you need to do. But from today onwards, you need to start creating belief in this business we're going to be speaking about, especially if you get involved with DuePoint. All right, the individuals, or at least the senior staff here at DuePoint, are these people up on screen, starting with the 3 boring accountants on the left here. The first one on the far left is the least boring, Mr. Benfield. See, I've got to double check myself. He might be watching, I never know. All right. So Mr. Benfield is our senior executive. He heads up DuePoint. He's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance, because his family have been involved in insurance his entire life. So he grew up only knowing insurance. He's got a brother, Stuart. They both founded a business down the road called Prime Meridian Direct, or PMD, which has been very successful in the short-term space. I think they're the 4th biggest short-term insurer. They're not even 10 years old yet. So they've got their father to thank for that, I think, because Dr. Brian Benfield has been involved in insurance since the day he left school. He started as a door-to-door insurance salesman, and he had a lot of success in that space. He's he's been the CEO of a number of businesses in South Africa. Foremost is probably Clientele, which he founded. He founded the IFA. They've got businesses in Europe that they've started, so they've got a massive amount of success and experience in the space. So we're very lucky to have the pedigree of finance in Mr. Benfield. Tim and Stacey, they look after all the auditing, the regulatory requirements, the accounting requirements on our business. And then myself and Jane, we're the 2 non-accountants. Jane is very experienced in direct sales, network marketing, referral marketing. She's been doing it for a very long time, particularly in the UK. So if you ever speak to her, you'll hear she's got a bit of a funny accent, because it's not just a British accent, it's a Yorkshire accent. That's even worse. You can't understand what she's saying sometimes. But it's very cute to listen to every now and again. But lovely lady, she's our front of desk. If you ever come to DuePoint, she'll typically be the person that invites you into DuePoint and helps you with anything that you need. But her experience is very important to us as a business. I hate it when people label us a network marketing business. We're not a network marketing business. The network marketing aspect is just the marketing that we've adopted for DuePoint. DuePoint is a business involved in financial services. That's what we are as a business, right? But the collaboration that comes in is on the referral side, the network marketing side. And Jane's experience is therefore so important to us because we need to thrive in that part of the business. And then myself, I've been working in advertising, branding, particularly in the digital side for 25 years. It makes me sound very old when I say I've been working already for 25 years. I thought I'd be retired on the beach by now, right? Nonetheless, I ran a digital agency for about 15 years that was fairly successful. We worked with a lot of the big banks in South Africa, so we worked often in the financial space, amongst other industries. But that is your senior staff. We've got our client service staff, we've got admin staff. Everyone's mandate as staff of DuePoint is to support people that decide to join us here at DuePoint. Why? Because we can only be successful as a business if the people that we're collaborating with are being successful, right? And so it's in our interest to support you so that you become effective at what you're doing at DuePoint. We want to make sure that you become profitable at DuePoint, and ultimately we want people at DuePoint to be happy, right? And so you are never on your own when you join DuePoint, right? If you ever feel on your own, you phone in, you speak to Jane, tell her your problems. She'll help you. Right? She'll put you in contact with the right person because there's so much support that we've created for people here at DuePoint. Make sure you lean into that support. All right, you can see the swear word. Can you see this 4-letter swear word in the top left there? The love-hate relationship we all have with that word. Does anyone love that word? No? No, we don't, especially in today's times, right? Debt has become a crippling aspect of personal finance for the average South African. What our business is about getting rid of that debt. Right, it's about changing your personal finance circumstance here in South Africa. And especially now, probably more so than ever, there is very little hope on the horizon from a financial aspect for South Africans, unfortunately, right? It is what we're all talking about currently. It depresses us. You perhaps don't watch Carte Blanche, listen to the news, or listen to the radio anymore because it's just depressing, right? And so we're not going to go into it too much. I trust that people here today watching this presentation want to change their circumstance. You want to take control of your income. You're tired of being at the mercy of the economy, of what other that's what kills me the most, is when some other country does something and it affects us. And we get told, oh no, we're all part of the emerging markets. Turkey does something, we get affected. We've got nothing to do with Turkey. We're miles away from them, all right? We are tired of being at the mercy of the economy, of our industries, the country, the companies, what your boss thinks of you. This business is about creating opportunities so that you take control of your income for the first time. Right? And that's what we're here to do. And so out of all of that circumstance, that negativity, Constantia as a business saw the opportunity to create this entrepreneurial opportunity for South Africans to get involved in. And we've got a number of aspirations for DuePoint as a business, but more importantly for the people that join us in this business. Right? So what is the focus? What do we have as aspirations for people in this business? Our business is always about wealth creation. If you go onto our website, our Facebook channel, the YouTube channel, if you watch any of the training, you will understand that the language that we speak, the common thread is always around wealth creation. It is not only about income generation. Income generation is this very narrow metric, right? It doesn't lead to wealth, typically. To become wealthy, I assume everyone in the room wants to become wealthy. That's a bit of a silly question, right? We all want to be wealthy. But to get to wealth, we actually need to start thinking differently. Because generally we get brought up to behave like consumers. Consumers aren't trained and educated to become wealthy people. You've been trained, you've been taught to behave in such a fashion that you become a cog in this economy, right? And the economy requires consumerism. But very often, consumerism leads to debt. And debt can lead to problems, right? Especially in our economy when our salaries are falling behind the cost of living. We've seen the dollar price now jump to 15, right? That means we've got a special surprise for petrol and diesel next month. We thought we had endured all the increases. We've got more surprises in store because the dollar's been affected, or the rand's been affected so badly. And so we need to change the circumstance. So to become wealthy, what we need to do is start aspiring to getting rid of our debt as quickly as possible. If you start creating income here at DuePoint, you always have two options with that income. Always. You can spend it or you can invest it. Right? That's a decision you get to make. Paying your debt off is the same as investing money. And so the language around wealth creation starts with getting rid of your debt as quickly as possible, because once you get rid of your debt, think about those debit orders that come off at the end of every month. How many are there at the moment? Too many, right? Get rid of them. Get rid of those SMSs that the bank sends you at the end of the month. Have you seen the bank now starts to group those debit order SMSs in one SMS because you've got so many? Get rid of them, because if you get rid of those debit orders, that debt, you empower yourself now to start investing in assets. Assets can create income for you, right? And that's where wealth lies. That is the wealth that's waiting for you. But you have to get over this hurdle of debt first. And if we can achieve these two things, I promise you we're going to have very happy people here in DuePoint, while the rest of the people outside of DuePoint are still crying and still chasing after system and trying to change their circumstance. So those are the aspirations we have for people in this business. How does DuePoint work? As guests, you have the opportunity to join DuePoint this morning. Right? Once you join DuePoint, you enter into a contract with us. Don't worry, it's a contract you can cancel at any time. It's not a 20-year contract like a home bond. You can get out at any time, but you enter into contract with us, and we refer to you as wealth engineers. And as a wealth engineer, you've got a single task, and that task is to go out and build what we call a channel of distribution. And I'll show you what a channel of distribution looks like. But it is basically you being tasked with the task of going out and connecting other people. The same way you are connected to this presentation today, you're going to go out and tell other people about an income earning opportunity. And if they are interested in that, and they ultimately watch a presentation, become wealth engineers and take out one of our products, that successful process leads to a host of benefits for you. Right? Now, these are the reasons why you're going to join DuePoint. So you have to listen carefully on this slide. Okay? Number one, you get to generate additional income for yourself. An extra paycheck. What's better than one paycheck? 2 paychecks, right? You get an extra paycheck at the end of every month. An extra SMS, a good SMS instead of a bad debit order SMS. But the nature of the income that we produce here is really focused around wealth creation. So what we do here is we create what we call recurring income. You'll hear people refer to it as passive income. Some people refer to it, especially people in the investment space, they'll talk about annuity income. What are those 3 things? It is the ability to make money while you're sleeping. Because if you can build an asset, and the asset is what creates income, what you've just freed yourself of is the time constraint. As employees, we are all involved in what we call active income. Active income for employees, as well as some small and medium businesses, require you to be actively involved to generate the income, right? And so you can never go on holiday, right? Maybe your boss gives you a little bit of holiday, 15 days, 20 days, right? But never more than that. It means when you retire, your income ends. This is why creating an asset that creates recurring income is so important. Because you can be in a position where you've built a channel of distribution that is paying you out every single month, right, where you don't have to actively be involved. You will have the liberty of taking a 3-month holiday. Has anyone been on a 3-month holiday? I'm not talking about people without jobs. Anyone been on a 3-month holiday before? Never, right? That doesn't even come into your mind. I've read books where if you may be the CEO or maybe the one top executive of businesses, they give you 3 months leave every 5 years or 6 months leave, right? But for most people, we never get to have that. If you have an asset that pays out your income, you get to work towards that. And that's why recurring income is so important, especially if you're focused on wealth. The power duplication is what we call leverage. Leverage is the ability to build a team that helps you build your channel faster and more effectively. You don't want to do this business on your own, right? Because now what you've done is you've constrained yourself to time again, to the time constraint. You only have 8 hours a day spare, maybe. You've got 8 hours for work, 8 hours spare, 8 hours for sleeping, right? You can put 8 hours a day into DuePoint. Does that scare anyone? No, it would scare me. 8 hours a day for DuePoint. You need to take that time and use leverage to your advantage. Go out and build a strong team. The strong team can allow your recurring income to build so much faster. If you've got 10 people that you find to help you, to collaborate with you in building your channel of distribution, it means your recurring income will grow 10 times faster. Your channel will grow 10 times faster, 10 times bigger. Use the power of duplication. That is one benefit you want to leverage as much as possible. I will show you wealth engineers doing exactly that. Our business is FlexiTime. The technology that we've put in place, that we've invested in, allows people to build their channels of distribution from anywhere in the country at any time of the day. You can send an SMS to somebody tomorrow in Springbok. Anyone been to Springbok? They don't have winters in Springbok. I don't think so. Huh? Do they? Do they? It's freezing or it's boiling. Okay, there we go. Extremes. But you can send an SMS to someone in Springbok. Say, click on the link. Overnight, you can start building a channel in Springbok. It doesn't matter what town, right? Because the technology that we use doesn't constrain you with regards to time, once again. Okay? You get to... so there's no startup capital. We've designed this business to have a very low barrier to entry. Imagine you arrived here this morning, and the person that introduced you, they typically don't tell you too much, right? They just say, come look, there's money to be made, come look. And then you arrived here, and I said, right, for everyone to join, 50,000 Rand. Would anyone walk out? You would all walk out. We've never had anyone walk out before, right? We've designed it to have a very low barrier to entry, so it is risk-free almost, right? We don't want you to consider this business worrying about the risk involved. We want you to be in a position where you can look at this opportunity without worrying about the risk. And so you are free now to try this business. At the same time, we don't care about qualifications or experience. Anyone can join our business. You get to build an asset that you have ownership over. If you're going to be investing time into building this channel of distribution, know that the channel of distribution is in your name. You have legal tender over it. What does that mean? It means you own it. You can sell it. If it's producing 5,000 Rand a month or 10,000 Rand a month as an asset, that has value. You can sell that asset. It means that it doesn't retire you. Always picture the day I get close to retirement. Brendan's going to come ask me what cake I like. Right? When your boss asks you what cake you like and it's not your birthday, you must get worried. Okay? When we get to retirement, your income ends. Your active income ends. 95% of South Africans cannot afford retirement currently. They can't afford it. Right? We have got people that have been working for 40, 45 years. They now become retired. They've got to go out and look for jobs again. They become dependent on their children, on family members just to get through the month. That's 95%. You don't even have to look around. 95% chance is it's you. Currently, people cannot afford retirement. When you've got an asset that is paying out income, that asset doesn't retire. That asset stays in your name. DuePoint will carry on paying you through your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 90s. When do you plan on dying? I'm looking at the older people in the audience. 120. What happens to your asset when you die? Doesn't disappear. You cede it to your beneficiaries in your will. Right? If you're one of the responsible people that have actually got a will, you will say in your will, I leave my DuePoint business to my favorite child, or to all my children, or to my spouse. And you'll be one of the few people that get to pass wealth onto the next generation instead of debt. Right? And so I'm hoping people will be happy to invest time into building this asset. There's no selling involved in our business. No selling whatsoever. If you go read your code of conduct, you will see it explicitly states you may not market, promote, or sell our products. Right? People struggle to get this around their heads. After this presentation, I bet you someone's going to come up to me and say to me, Rob, when I go tell people about the products that you have, and I always say, stop! You're not going to tell anyone about our products. That is my job. Right? That's my responsibility, Brendan's responsibility. You can go find information on the website about our products. You're not going to be speaking about products. You're not going to be selling any products here at DuePoint. Is anyone a keen insurance salesman here? Not one. Fortunately, no one has to be involved in sales. Right? What you're going to be doing is going out and sharing the business opportunity with people. If I split this audience in two, and on the people on this side I say, guys, I've got a beautiful insurance product for you. Come watch a presentation for 1 hour in Bryanston. I'll get that look. And I come to these people and I say, guys, I've got an income earning opportunity with a company that's listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. They're audited, they're regulated, you can create recurring income. Come watch a presentation for an hour. Who am I going to be successful with? This side, right? That's what you're going to be doing. You don't speak about our products. I will tell people about the products. The website will inform people about our products, right? Don't worry about the products. But the products are financial in nature. This means we don't have stock and distribution issues. We don't have tangible products. No one is going home with boxes of product today. You never have to phone and say, Jane, I've got a family reunion this weekend. I need to sell lots because I need money. Can I come pick up 100 boxes? I'm bringing my uncle's bakkie, and I've moved my wife's car out the garage so I can store the boxes. We don't have box problems here at DuePoint, right? The products in themselves, being financial, are very convenient. But your success at DuePoint is very much predicated on your ability to build a channel of distribution. This is what you're going to be focused on. You're going to become obsessed with this channel of distribution, how it grows, the ebb and flow of your channel, right? The people that come in and how this thing's going to grow over time. It begins with you. You're going to become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you're tasked with going out and finding other people interested in becoming wealth engineers and product owners. Right? And when that starts to happen, that is the beginning of your channel of distribution. Because those, in this example, 5 people that you've connected to DuePoint are now going to do exactly the same thing. They're going to go out and tell other people about DuePoint. And so your channel will start to grow, whether you like it or not. Right? Because it almost falls out of your hands once you connect people into this business. But you've certainly got the ability to bring the people that you want to bring in at the beginning, right? This is a discerning moment. You have to decide who do you bring into your business and who don't you bring into your business. My tip is that you bring strong people in at the beginning. You have to picture yourself as the MD, the CEO of your channel of distribution. And you are building not just what we call a first point, you are building your board of directors. And when you build a board of directors, do you go out and find anyone off the street who's desperate to earn money to become a board of director? You don't. You don't. You have to treat this like business, right? Bring strong people in, because this behavior filters into the rest of your channel. If you bring people that are desperate, they don't have resources to become wealth engineers, they don't have data, they don't have transport, they don't have anything, they're not going to do anything for their business, for your business. They're going to be sending you, please call me's. Come pick me up. Come show me how to set up an email address, right? These people will become a burden to your channel building. This has to be a business decision. As much as we would want to help people, this has to be a business decision. Bring strong people in the beginning, because I want you to build a strong, sustainable channel. A sustainable channel is one that carries on without you. That's when in 3 to 5 years' time, you can walk away from the channel and say, guys, I'm taking a 3-month holiday. I'm earning enough that I don't need a permanent job anymore, and I'm taking 3 months leave. Knowing that DuePoint's going to pay you every single month while you're sitting on the beach. That's why you bring strong people in at the beginning. This is what a channel of distribution looks like. This is the leverage, the power duplication that you want to take advantage of, right? But my warning to you is, you will not be successful overnight. People come in with that illusion. They think, oh, I'm coming to join one of these businesses. I've got lots of friends. I speak very well. I'm going to hit it hard. I'm going to be a millionaire before the end of the year, right? It's not going to happen. It doesn't exist. That's called lotto, right? Do you know what your odds to win the lotto are? 20 million to 1. 20 million to 1. Brendan brought up the odds. 20 million to 1. He showed you all the other odds. You got 4 times more chance of being hit by lightning than winning the lotto, right? It's not going to happen. Guys, success, especially in the entrepreneurial space, does not happen overnight. If you go speak to any successful entrepreneur, they will tell you, if you just scratch the surface, they will tell you it's taken years. It is hard work. There's endurance required. There are tough times ahead. And if you can endure through all of that, that is where success and wealth is waiting for you. It is just on the other side of that, right? It's the same as a ballerina. Anyone gone to see ballet dancers? They look pretty, right? Has anyone taken the shoe off a ballerina? Don't. because that's what it looks like underneath. This is a wonderful analogy to entrepreneurship. You scratch away the surface, that is what it requires. It is hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. Is everyone with me? Yeah. I'll take a photo of all of you because you come moan later that it's hard work. I'm going to show you the photo with you nodding, saying, yes, we're here for hard work because we want to change our circumstance. It does not come for free. That is my warning to you. On to our products. I'm going to explain our 4 products to you. Their benefit is all financial in nature, and they have wealth in mind. Our products are not arbitrary, right? They are designed around wealth creation. They are either designed to create further asset value for you, they're designed to protect your assets, or they're designed to lower your cost of living so that you can get to wealth status sooner. Right? So our first product is Access Wealth. It is our investment product. It's going to cost you 324 Rand every month, of which 100 Rand will be invested into a tax-free investment fund. Right? And that's got global fund managers, we've got fund administrators, it sits with Sanlam, right? Very legitimate product that we designed. Lots of players involved in making this product happen, and we take full advantage of the tax-free legislation that exists for investment and savings products. Then you get a little bit of insurance with your investment to the value of 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, whether it's a crime or you slip in the bathroom, whatever it looks like, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand plus whatever's in the investment. And the investment, you have full access to it. There's no delay period on our investment. Right? So this is an investment product. 324 Access Wealth. The second product is insurance only. It is called Wealth Guard. It's going to cost you 249 Rand a month, and this time you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. The beauty of our personal accident cover is that we don't discriminate against anyone's age or their health status. Right? Anyone over the age of 18 can take out this product. Regardless of whether you're 40, 50, 60, the premium stays the same. Whether you're diabetic, you've got heart problems, you have cancer, the premium stays the same. This product is accessible to everybody at 249, the full 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So this is Wealth Guard. The third product is our new funeral cover product. It's called Family Wealth. Family Wealth starts at 299 Rand a month. You get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 family members, and you also get 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So if you die, we will pay out anyone who you owe money to up to the value of 10,000 Rand. You can bump the cover up to 30,000 Rand if you'd like, and up to 10 family members. And again, we don't discriminate against age or health. Right? See there? No excluded pre-existing conditions. So it doesn't matter what your health status is. You can still take this product out. All right. So that's Family Wealth, the funeral cover product. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points is designed to lower your cost of living. Think about everything that you spend money on every single month. What is it? Groceries, airtime, data, whatever it looks like. Restaurants maybe. We've gone to a number of suppliers. You see the list of companies there? We've negotiated discounts with them, discounts that you get to enjoy the benefit of immediately with this product. And we've tried to cover the broad spectrum of cost of living expenses. So we've got a data partner, always on Wi-Fi data. They've given us up to 67% off their prices, right? We've got ShopRite Checkers, 2.5% off your entire trolley, unlimited. You can shop as much as you want there, 2.5% off your entire trolley every single time. We've got some other online retailers there. Hershey's is a big one. We've got car manufacturers. If you're going to go buy a Jaguar, a Land Rover, a Ford, Ford will even source any car for you. Go to them. They will make sure that you get the best price in the country and the best service. We are adding to this product all the time. We are about to launch a new telecoms partner that are coming in. It's going to be very exciting. Right? So if you're looking for immediate benefit, Wealth Points is an awesome product to have. Those are the 4 products. If you need any more information, go look on our website. Right? We've got all the information there. And if you really want to get into the depth of these products, go onto YouTube. There is an in-depth review on each product that's about 20, 30 minutes long. So those are the 4 products. Quickly to explain our business model, how is DuePoint able to bring members of the public in, pay them every single month, take them on holidays, buy them cars, How are we able to do it? It's basically because we don't spend a cent on marketing. Traditional insurance companies, right, like PMD down the road, Outsurance, MyWay, all of these companies, they spend an absolute fortune on marketing and advertising, right? They used to be clients of mine. We used to do work for some of those companies. They spend a fortune. Google pay-per-click. You know, when you type into Google car insurance, and that first one comes up on top. Do you know what they're paying for you just to click on that button? Whether you fill out a form or not, just for them, for you to click on that little button, cost them 140 Rand every time. Right? That's the amount of money that they're willing to spend. At DuePoint, we don't do any advertising. Anyone seen a DuePoint advert? Anywhere, radio, billboard, TV, news, paper. Nothing, because we don't spend a cent. But we still take that portion of our budget and we're able to give it to our wealth engineers for the work that they do in going out and helping grow our brand in South Africa, right? And that's basically how the business model works, right? There are two ways to benefit as a wealth engineer: the returns and the rewards program. The returns program is that money that you get to make for yourself every single month. We pay a base return fee of 27.50 Rand for every product that you have in your channel of distribution. So you remember the slide with all the dots on, what your channel could look like? Imagine getting paid for every single dot that you saw on the screen every single month, right? Because it's always recurring income. But it's dependent on where the product lies in relation to you. So the first 5 people in that example that you introduced to DuePoint, those people, we say, are on your first point. That product is on your first point. And you can see there, point 1, we pay you double the 27.50 Rand. And then those people go out and they tell other people about DuePoint. They become wealth engineers and product owners, and that product lies on what we call your second point. And again, 55 Rand for every product, every single month going forward. And as your channel starts to grow and grow and grow outwards, right, the product gets further away from you, all the way down to 0.8. You see the multiplier starts to drop steadily the further the product is from you. But we don't stop you at 0.8. That's why there's a little plus next to the 0.8. You can keep earning the 4% from 0.8 outwards to infinity. There is no limit on the size of your channels. We've got wealth engineers whose channels are beyond 0.30 already in the space of 2 years. It is time and numbers in this business. There is no limitation to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. We don't have year modes. We don't reset anyone to 0. This is the mechanics of the returns. It is straightforward, right? The next question that is on your mind is, how quickly can I earn money? Is the time that I invest in this business worth my time? Is it worthwhile, right? So we built what we call this path to success. It is a projection over the next 5 years. So think about your next 5 years, right? I can tell you what your salary is going to increase by. It's probably 2% a year, right? That's what we can expect. Petrol's going up how much currently? Groceries, 10% a year. We are behind the curve, right? But this curve is not 2%. So this is how it works. These numbers are based on the assumption, an activity assumption, that in your first month you can bring 3 people into the business, right? So think about those people you're going to go speak to first. Then every consecutive month you only have to bring in 2 people. So it's 3 in September, 2 in October, 2 in November, 2 in December, 2 in January. Keep bringing 2 people for the next 5 years. You can expect these sort of numbers. After 6 months of doing that, you could be earning 2,500 Rand a month. Is that worth your time? I don't know so much. Really? Do you think 6 months of work, you'll still be around if you're earning 2,500 Rand a month? Some people are like, I hope Rob's going to give us the answer, because I'm not sure. Well, you have to question it, right? Because this is something you're going to question every single month at DuePoint. You're going to see how much you're earning, and you're going to be making this judgment call. Has it been worth it? Has it been worth it? Has it been worth it? When I bring wealth engineers up onto stage and ask them for their testimony, I always ask them, has it been worth it? Are you going to keep going, or have you thought, no, this is too much work? Generally, they say it has been worth it, right? But I want to illustrate to you the power of money, because this is where we make the mistake. At the beginning of the presentation, I said there's 2 ways to look at income earning. You can either spend the money or you can invest the money, right? Paying your debt off is the same as investing. It is. It has the same net effect, right? You are increasing the value of the money that you have. So imagine today was everyone's lucky day and I hid 2,500 Rand under everyone's chairs. Feel if you got an envelope under your chair quickly. You never know. You're not going to take the chance. right? No one's going to take the chance. You think, I'm going to look silly if I look under. One day we're going to put the envelope there and I'm going to say, sorry. So imagine I put 2,500 rand under everyone's chair, right? And you've got your handbags with you, you've got your wallet. You put the 2,500 rand in your handbag or your wallet. How long is it going to last? What is it? 10:30 on Saturday morning. How long will the 2,500 rand last? Have your plans suddenly changed now that you've got more money in your... See, but do you see how everyone thinks, right? You automatically think like a consumer. You give the 2,500 rand the spending value that it has. Someone who's interested in wealth creation, they don't look at money and go, well, that's the spending value of it. They go, how can I use that money to make more money? Right? And if you do that, so I'm going to show you a simple exercise, because I said to you, paying off your debt is the same as making more money out the money that you have, right? So here's someone with R1 million debt, right, in the form of a bond. So they found a property, a house, whatever. They got finance for it. We call that a bond. Their bond term was 20 years. Most people take it 20 years. The bank says to you, okay, we give you an interest rate of prime plus 2. Let's say that's the example, right? Everyone know the bond. So I'm 40 at the moment. It means if I engage now in this bond, I found a nice house for my new young family, and I have to pay it off for 20 years at 11,500 rand a month. For 20 years, I'll finish paying it off when I'm 60. I'll become a homeowner for the first time. In that process, at prime plus 2, I've just paid back the bank 2.5 times the value of the asset. So I've paid about 2.5 million rand for the 1 million rand house. But at 40, I joined DuePoint, and 6 months later, with some success and activity, I'm now earning 2,500 rand. And now I remember I've got this option. I can spend the money, right? Or I can start paying my debt off a little faster. If you decide to put that 2,500 rand into your 1 million rand bond as an additional payment, you'll pay that house off in 11.5 years instead of 20 years. It's just saved you a hair under 900,000 rand of interest that you wouldn't have had to pay. Guys, this is an illustration for our lives. Everybody is indebted. Whether it's something on hire purchase, a credit card, a home loan, a car loan. South Africa is indebted. You have the opportunity to start making more money out of the money that you receive if you decide to get rid of your debt a little bit faster. At month 12, you could be earning an extra 100,000 rand a year in recurring income. I love to make everyone just imagine a 100,000 rand check in December. Anyone received a 100,000 rand check? A check with your name on it, 100,000 rand. You walk into the bank like this. Right? When you got that kind of money in your hand, whew, you walk like a rooster. That's at 12 months. 3 in September, 2 in November, 2 in December, 2 in January, 2 people every single month. At month 24, 2 years from today, you could be earning close to 30,000 rand a month. It's waiting. At 36 months, you're close to 50,000 rand a month. Right? This number is getting bigger. Why? Because you are building an asset. At DuePoint, you are not chasing sales-based once-off commission. You're building an asset that can potentially grow every single month if you're active every single month. You keep going. Month 48, you're close to 70,000 rand a month. And at month 60, throw that 100,000 rand check away and come collect a 1 million rand check. Now, off the cuff, you won't believe me. You just think, oh, no, that number's too big. So now take a moment and think about getting a 1 million rand check on the 1st of January every single year and how your life has now changed. Think about it. How do you walk into the bank with a 1 million rand check? You don't. You phone the bank to come collect. When you're making that money, the bank will come collect, right? But this is academic. This is a theory, right? It's a complex theory. It's not a simple, just keep growing the channel, right? We take into consideration a lot of negative aspects. People don't all build. People don't all pay. We take that into consideration. You still get to this number after 60 months. But we bring people up onto stage that are doing the business, real people. And we ask them to share their experience, their testimony with people here that are looking at our business. Because I suspect that you might believe these people more than you believe me. Right? That's why testimony is so powerful. Right? So you can go onto our YouTube channel, you can go look at all the testimonies from the last 2.5 years. We maybe have, I don't know, close to 100 testimonies up there. And people, they don't just gloss over the business. They will tell you the struggles, the hard, difficult times, the moments where they felt like giving up. But we bring up people that persist. That's the common thread with all these people, is that they've all persisted regardless. Right? So here we've got very new wealth engineers. Although they've been looking at our business for nearly 3 years, they've only been involved in for 6 months. So Renee and Henny, they joined 6 months ago. The value of their business is sitting at, well, this was last month, 1,600 Rand a month. They personally introduced, in that time, 14 people onto their first point. That has translated to 33 products in their channel. Right? So they're a little bit behind 3 plus 2. Right? A little bit, not much. To give you a sense of the value of 1,600 Rand every month, you would need nearly 400,000 Rand in your bank account at 5% interest to derive that as interest every month. That's the big question you're going to ask yourself when you get to retirement. Because the 40, 45 years you work, you've got to build up a retirement fund that you get to live off, right? And so if you've got 400,000 Rand in your retirement fund when you get to retirement, that's only going to pay you 1,600 Rand a month. Can anyone survive on 1,600 Rand a month? 5,000, 10,000, 15,000? Oh, we've got some expensive people in the audience. Right? People need 4 million Rand plus. They produced the equivalent of 400,000 Rand in their accounts in 6 months. Right? Don't look at the 1,600 Rand and go, oh, that doesn't look like too much. Then we've got some people that have reached 1,000 products already in this business. At 1,000 products, you're earning 20,000 Rand and over. This is Donnie van Wyk. So he joined us the first day we launched the business. In 16 months, he got to, you can see there, just over 1,200 products in his channel, right? What did that look like? What does his journey look like? In his first month, he only introduced one person to DuePoint. So I accuse him of being skeptical in that first month because he didn't do too much work. But he started averaging 5 people a month, right? So he was doing 2.5 times 3 plus 2. And in that time, he helped 13 families generate income from DuePoint because he personally introduced those people and helped them start earning. This business is not only about you. You can go out and help people, right? So that's what his journey to 1,000 products looked like. Then we got Patrick and Pumi. It took them 11 months. And in a single month, they jumped to nearly 1,400 products in 1 month. Right? That's 400 products that their channel grew by in the space of 30 days. That's the leverage. If you bring strong people into your business, that's the great leverage that you will have with time. In their first month, they introduced 14 people into the business. And then they averaged 8 people every single month. And they too, just on their first point, they had 13 families generating income out of DuePoint. But we've got thousands of people joining this business every single month. And everybody is different, even though the system is exactly the same for everybody. Everybody's different in our business. And so you are at liberty to decide what you want from DuePoint. Because I've got a table here in front of me. The table's got 2,500 Rand a month on it. It's got 5,000 Rand a month on it. It's got 10,000 Rand a month on it. It's got 100,000 Rand a month on it. You've got to come up to the table and decide what you want. I don't decide that for you. The system's the same. You do the work, I've got to give you the money. We've never late paid a single person in 2.5 years, not even once in this business. If you do the work, you get the money. So the decision is first, what do you want out of the business? But for me, more practically, the practical decision I want to know, and if you dare come up to me and ask me, I'm going to ask you, how are you going to fit DuePoint into your life? You want. It's easy to want. Everyone wants the million Rand check every year, the 100,000 Rand check every year. But what are you going to do it? You have to shift things around in your life to fit DuePoint in. Right? That's the practical decision we need to make. There's no way around it. But I trust everyone's already thinking about that. Right? How am I going to do this? Is it every Saturday morning? We've got some young people that come every single Wednesday evening. Like we're younger, talking 18-year-olds. They come every Wednesday night. They just said, we've decided Wednesday night is DuePoint night. Every Wednesday night we're here. Right? That's what you have to decide for this business, for yourself. Getting started, very easy. It takes you about 5 minutes to become a wealth engineer. Read our code of conduct. It's important. It tells you typically what you cannot do as a wealth engineer. And then start applying yourself to this business. So imagine taking on any new business. You have to start becoming a specialist in that business, right? And we've got all this training available for you at no cost. So much knowledge that you can delve into and become a specialist in building a channel of distribution. Set goals for yourself. This is, what do you want? Because the question that follows the want is, how? How are you going to get to 10,000 Rand a month? What do you have to do? But fortunately in this business, it's very simple. There's only one thing you have to worry about. How many people do I have to speak to get to the target that I want? If you say you want 9,000 Rand a month, I'll say to you, for 12 months, bring in 2-3 people every single month. Simple as that. Your number that you'll keep yourself accountable to is, how many people do I need to speak to for 2 or 3 people to join? Right? There's a little ratio that exists there. You might have to speak to 10 to get 3 to join. Maybe very good. Maybe you only have to speak to 4 to get 2 to join. But that is the number that needs to be up on the fridge that you need to keep yourself accountable to. It's as simple as that, right? It's a simple business. Get the merchandise. This will empower you in connecting people to our business, because any transaction, for it to happen, requires credibility and trust. How do you build credibility and trust in someone that you've just met? It's called the first impression. If you sit down and you've got maybe a DuePoint notebook, you're well dressed, you've got maybe the pin, you've got some business cards. You sit down, you tell somebody, I want to speak to you about this business that I'm involved in called DuePoint. But then you go to another meeting and the guy's got nothing, or the lady's got nothing. They say, I want to speak to you about this business I'm involved in called wah, 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 wah. And you say, okay, who are you going to take more seriously? Who do you have more belief in? Who creates the better impression? Who's more likely to get the business? Guys, create the good impression. Get the merchandise. This is not a profit center for us. This is admin for us. But we've designed it because we know it'll empower you in connecting people and building your channels. Get the business cards. Not enough people are ordering business cards. We've got thousands of people that join this business every single month. We only do about 20 business cards a month. I'll tell you immediately, you don't have business cards. You've just hamstrung yourself in this business. Get the business cards. We can send them anywhere in the country. You get 500 beautiful business cards. Join our Facebook page. It'll keep you connected to the business. The YouTube channel. Not only are all our videos on the YouTube channel, but there is one very important aspect of the YouTube channel, is all our live broadcasting gets done through that camera on the YouTube platform, right? So every time we do a presentation, it gets live streamed around the country. 8 times a week live broadcast, more than generations. Think about that. Every single one of those presentations is an opportunity for you to build your channel in any town in South Africa. Because all it requires you to do is pick up the phone and tell someone, I'm sending you a link, click on the link, sit down and watch. I will phone you afterwards. And overnight you can build your channel in another town without any cost to yourself. That is the power of our YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. Download our mobile app. So we've got it available for Apple and Android devices. It is your business in your pocket, in the palm of your hand. Our app tells you everything about your channel. More importantly, whether you're making money while you're sleeping. Has anyone woken up the next morning and seen their channels grown? That's you making money while you're sleeping, right? Make sure you download the app and make sure you update the app. People forget to update the app. On to our XP Rewards program. So we've just been talking about the money every single month. We have what we call a rewards program. The rewards program is the cherry on top here at DuePoint, right? So you can see immediately the presentation is now taken on a different light. There are palm trees. Brendan said we had to take the lady with the bikini out the picture. We put Brendan in his Speedo on the beach next time, right? But you can see it's completely different, right? Because the XP Rewards program is very visceral. People get very excited by the rewards. But I'm going to tell you now, get excited by the rewards, but don't forget about the returns. That monthly return is far more powerful and beneficial than what you're about to see now. How does this XP Rewards program work? Basically, as a guest, if you become a wealth engineer today, you will start out right off the slide. Off the slide, rank 0. You see, we didn't put rank 0 on the slide. But to get to rank 1 is very easy, because all you need are 2 things. You need 1,000 XP. What is XP? XP stands for experience points. You get given XP for everything. You come to a presentation like this, we give you XP. You bring guests, we give you even more XP. You log into your app, we give you XP. You come from out of town, we give you a lot of XP. Right? So there's 20 different ways of earning XP. So getting 1,000 XP you can do in 2 seconds. 4 products in your qualified channel, and when you meet those 2 criteria, you become a rank 1 wealth engineer, and over and above the money that you earned that month, we give you an extra, once off, 55 Rand. I always tell people, you go buy a cupcake and you celebrate on your own, getting to rank 1. Why am I being facetious? Well, I'm not really being facetious, I'm being quite sincere. You need to celebrate the small victories here at DuePoint, because this business will start off small. If your ego is too big and you can't celebrate the small victories, well, then you might not grow too much here at DuePoint. Celebrate the small victories, because our business is so simple that even the small victories are the same as the people experiencing the big victories. If you can get to rank 1, you can get to rank 20. You can, because the person at rank 20 is doing the same thing you're doing. What is that? They're just speaking to somebody every day. The only difference between a rank 1 and a rank 20 is that the rank 20 has been doing it for longer without quitting. Right? And so celebrate rank 1. Right? Use that 55 Rand. Don't give it to the family. Go buy the cupcake on your own. Rank 2, rank 3. As you start to rank up in this business, the rewards get bigger and better. There are 20,000 Rand checks waiting for you, 50,000 Rand checks. We give tools to our wealth engineers, again, to empower their channel building. Everything that we give to wealth engineers here at DuePoint is not arbitrary. It is there to help you build your channel, right? At rank 7, you get very fancy business cards. These business cards cost us 12,500 Rand to manufacture for 1 set. Think of that. There's no ink on these business cards. There's only gold. Literally only gold. We've got a couple of rank 7s and above in the audience. You can go ask them just to touch their business card. They'll let you touch, but not keep it. It's too valuable, right? Why would we do this? Again, first impressions, credibility, trust. When you sit down in a meeting and you put a 12,500 Rand business card on the table, that blinds the other person on the other side of the table because the light is flashing off the gold. It creates first impression. It'll help you build your channel. At rank 9, this is one everyone gets very excited about, because this is our first recurring income, reward. The others are once-offs. This one you get to enjoy every single year once you are ranked 9 and above. What is it? It is business class flights for you and your family to our international conference. It is 7 days away, all expenses paid trip, 5-star. Not Holiday Inn 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. You get a whole range of 5-star. I only found this out the last rank 9 trip we went on. I thought, 5-star, been to 5-star before. This is 5-star on another level. If you don't believe me, watch the video now. Go onto our Facebook channel. Go look at the resort that we've booked for December. Right? And if you're very brave, go click on accommodation rates over Christmas and see what the rates are per room, per night. What is the purpose of this? This is not just a vacation for our wealth engineers. This is to experience what it feels like to be wealthy, to be a millionaire, right? Because you're on the road to affording this holiday on your own. That's where you're headed. So this is available for every single person in this room. We had one gentleman that took 5 months to get to rank 9. You saw Dani, took 16 months. Patri and Pumi took 11 months. It is up to you how quickly you want to get to rank 9. So watch this video. Picture yourself in business class. Picture yourself with your toes in the sand.
And all of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand.
So that's what rank 9 looks like. So what do your next 2 years look like at DuePoint? Everyone want to go to rank 9? Yeah. You get there. It's every single year for the rest of your life. Your children won't know what economy class is on the airplane. They'll see the poor people squashed in the back and say, Mommy, who are those people squashed at the back? You say, those are the people that don't know DuePoint. Right? And there's another conference waiting for you every year. At rank 11, we spend $250,000 buying you a brand new car. We want you to be driving around in a car with no debit order at the end of the month. So choose the car you want. You get to decide. There's no DuePoint sticker on the side. There's no terms. You don't have to give it back if you're naughty. The car is yours, paid for in cash in your name. We are at rank 11. We could only fit the first 20 ranks onto the slide. Our program actually goes up to rank 28. We've mapped that out already. What we think is about 20 years for wealth engineers at DuePoint that are consistently and actively engaged in this business on a monthly basis. That is waiting for wealth engineers. And everyone in this room has the opportunity to get there. You might think you're rich when you're driving a car for free, but I'm saying you're only getting warmed up. You're only getting warmed up. Wealth engineers have got to rank 11 in less than 2 years. Right? You need to decide how quickly you want to do this business. It is up to you. The next 3 months here at DuePoint, we've mapped that out too. Most people, now that it's spring and going into summer, we start getting into holiday mode. You start doing less work at work, dreaming about December. But at DuePoint, none of us are on holiday until we are wealthy. Unfortunately, you'll know that. Our public holidays are the busiest days at DuePoint. And so we've got some national encounters that we've planned. You can see all the destinations there: Durban, PE, Bloem, Bombela, Cape Town. The dates are over there. I want you to carefully consider each one of these destinations and whether you can connect people to these encounters or not. Take out the or not. Make a plan. Because this is your opportunity to build your channel nationally. Who would like a national channel? You've got a national channel. I've got a channel over there in Cape Town, Durban, PE. I've got some people in the Free State, Northern Cape even. That's what I want wealth engineers to pursue, right? This is your opportunity to pursue that. You have to be actively engaged. Go onto our website, click on the events button. You will see all our intro presentations. Go to the dates. And then next to each of these dates, you will see it says Durban Encounter. And book yourself and your guests for every single one of these encounters. We want the rooms to be full. So make sure you do that. So my question to you is, what does the next 3 months look like in your life? What does it look like? Have you figured out how DuePoint's going to fit into your life yet? Perhaps you're still skeptical about this business opportunity. I would love to get into the minds of everyone sitting here. You're free to come ask me and discuss anything with me. But for me, my aspiration for people sitting here now, people that need extra income every month, that you make the best of the last remaining 4 months of 2018. Who would like to be wealthier in December than they are today? Easy question. Easy question, right? All you have to do in this business is make sure that your channel just grows a little bit every month. You do not have to be a millionaire by December. If you can work on creating a little bit of extra wealth every single month, your life will be different in 10 years' time. Completely different. But what happens? We become apathetic and we wait for our circumstances to become ideal before we do anything. And suddenly 10 years have passed and you're in the same position with your 2% increase a year than you were 10 years ago. Guys, it's time for us to start working. The opportunity is before you. The table has all the money on it. You have to decide what you want off of it. With all the support in the world, we had to collaborate with you. We aren't in competition. The person that sits next to you at work is in competition to you in this job market. Come to a business where we want to see you effective, profitable, and happy. If you are skeptical, For the skeptics, you can just wink at me if you're a skeptic. Don't worry, you're winking at a skeptic, so I won't take it personally. If you are skeptical about the business, we've designed it to be so low risk that even the skeptics can take a chance. You can try this business for 30 days, for 60 days, and see what it does for you. That is the beauty of DuePoint. Right? So, my wish for you, have a prosperous 4 months. Good luck. If you have any questions, come speak to me. Thank you.